Hello, welcome back. It's been a while, honestly. My name is CJ, and welcome to another TinyWars commentary. This time we are playing something rather unique, or we're watching something rather unique. This is War Chess. It is a variant of a custom, basically, kind of mode. Um, that we're doing in Tiny Wars. We actually have a tournament going on right now. This map was created by BusterBeachside, and he created a bunch of war events, basically conditionals and other things that you can like program into the game, into the map, to make different events happen. And in this case, we made it, or at least Buster made it, so that you can kind of play a chess-like game. So this is War Chess, and I wanted to show off this game because it shows just a variety of interesting tactics, but also with the tournament going on right now, maybe you guys will be able to see kind of an example of what War Chess gameplay kind of looks like. Now, Wolf71 was asking, basically looking for a game in the Discord, and I responded to him because he wanted practice, and then eventually he forgot to sign up for the tournament. But I think he's really good, so that's why I wanted to especially show off this game. So, as player 1, it's me, CJ, and then player 2 is Wolf. And so let's get into it. When we click the play button, we'll learn about the rules. So Dr. Chess over here tells us about some of the rules. So 1 unit moves per turn. When you take an action, your turn will end automatically. So the other changes are that non-foot soldier units have -1 movement. There are no funds, so there should not be any meaningful repairs on cities. Ground units can hold only up to 3 ammo, so that means your tanks, your medium tanks, your artillery, and your mechs and your anti-air only have 3 shots. They need to get resupplied on a city or HQ. Luck rolls are disabled, so everything is very deterministic. CO medium tank is your king. If you lose that unit, you lose the game. Victory can also be achieved via HQ capture. All properties, including HQs, only have 10 capture points, which means you can capture things in 1 turn. And units will automatically be refueled when they run low. So refueling doesn't matter, but getting new ammo does matter. To mitigate first turn advantage, player 1 can only move foot soldiers on turn 1. And if a foot soldier reaches the other side of the board, it can promote into a light tank with full ammo. 3 ammo and full HP. That's it. So hopefully that makes sense, and you'll basically see how this works as it starts. So my opener tends to always be capture the city. I like getting units from the side into the middle, and I like having that first city so that I have a resupply later on. I also like to put out my artillery here. What Wolf is doing is a pretty principled opening as well. There aren't too many. Well, there's a lot of things that you can do that would be fine, pretty much. So I put my tank out to try to threaten any of these units. He puts his tank out to defend. So I just keep developing as kind of normal. I like having my arties out early so that I can kind of have a foothold on just area, especially in the middle. Meanwhile, he put a bunch of infantry out. The infantry will serve as the walls. And overall, pretty non-confrontational, which is pretty standard in war chess. It's pretty rare to just start out swinging just because it's much more advantageous to just get your units out, get your units developed, just like kind of normal chess. where you kind of want to move around your pieces and your pawns so that they're just kind of, they have more influence on the map. So yeah, I'm basically just kind of moving things up. He's doing the same. He's getting more influence towards the center, whereas I have a little bit more on the sides with these arties. But so far, not too much happening right now. So sometimes you can kind of see where people are going to try to move things. Like I made like a little pocket over there so that I can move my arty up, because I think I want to move this unit, this infantry, out of the way. Yeah, I like to have my cities open so that if I need to resupply, I can put something there. I put this B-copter out here because if this AA had not come out, I would have available hits over here and over here. But he saw it, so he put out the AA, or at least I think he saw it. So, yeah. Now, this is kind of in a weird position, but it's okay. I don't mind it too much for now. I don't have an immediate need for that city. I made a pocket here so I can put out this artillery and threaten this bike. He doesn't see me threatening that bike, so I'm going to shoot at it. And he put his arty out. What I'm trying to do here... So what I was thinking here was that if this pocket still remains, I can put my copter in there and do some silly stuff. Because the AA cannot be on any of the spaces already occupied. It'll take at least 2 turns, and by that time I can strike and then retreat back. So that's where War Chest gets really interesting, because of course, as in any other normal Advance Wars games, the enemy units will block your path, but in War Chest, the allied units can also block you. But in this case, I had opened up this spot, and I figured that even if he attacked me, I can kill him with the AA. Usually I like using AA to get the one shot because it's pretty strong. And so I know my AA is vulnerable and can get shot, but I still have my B-copter at least. I bring back my AA, and right now it's still a decent position. It's a little bit even, but I think I have this advantage, and I have this pocket that was opened up earlier. Now that he has moved this infantry out of the way, he has this available spot for his AA, so I need to retreat my B-copter. And while I do that, I also get another hit off. But since this B-copter is taking significant damage, it's not as effective, but I'm going to keep it back just because I still like having that unit there. It's still a little bit useful. And even when units are low health, they can still be used for blocking. So I'm going to naturally just go for more units that are still undefended. I'm going to use my arty here. The reason is I don't want to put a tank out here because this could still be shot. That still has a significant amount of HP and will still do a lot of damage. But he puts his tank here too, which is kind of an annoying spot. So I am going to ignore it and just take out the AA. Now things are getting really interesting. He put his king out, and whenever I see an enemy king, I usually like hitting them because the king is very strong, but it's easy to lose track of how fast they can also die. I didn't do that much damage to him, and I lost quite a significant amount of HP on this battlecopter. It's just functioning as a blocker at this point. But having some damage done against the enemy is pretty good, because especially in a lot of end games, you'll see medium tanks go head to head in a 1v1, and so it's really good if you can get the drop on them. So he attacks my second tank, and let's see, I'm going to basically sack my anti-air to try to do more damage to that mech. And then I'm going to do more damage to the mech. He's moving his infantry kind of far up. I don't really want that. I like this move because I get to resupply on my city. I get a little bit anxious when I only have 2 ammo because then it ends up sooner or later you'll end up with 0 ammo and you can't really do anything with this. But one, I needed to block this infantry from moving any further because that can threaten a promotion. And by doing this, I'm still out of range of any threats. I get a resupply, and I can threaten this other arty later. One thing to note is that when you get resupplied, you'll automatically round up to the next 10's place, I guess. I'll get to 60 HP next turn. It'll still be counted overall as 6 power, but I get a little bit of a marginal boost. It becomes useful when you have a bunch of low HP units fighting each other, because they might do less than 1 damage at a time, and it's useful to make sure it doesn't round down to the next like power level, I guess, HP threshold. So there he kind of blocks off the arty, but I still go around to hit it anyways. He's again going to reveal my arty, and so I take that to deal some damage to the AA because I can't really do too much else. I don't want it to stick around. I could have... There wasn't really much else. There were a couple moves. I don't think I couldn't have brought the tank over. It wasn't going to do much damage. I just don't want it to kill all my units over there, so I'm going to hit it. I take the hit on the medium tank. I considered attacking behind here, but and that could have worked, but I probably would have lost. I would have taken significant damage from his B-copter, and I didn't really want to deal with that. Let's see here. Yeah, I mean, it might have worked actually, but oh well, it's fine. I took the more I took a safer approach, at least what I thought was safer, to kill the A first. And I also saw that his way back is blocked, so if he continues to rampage around with his medium tank, he'll run out of ammo. And then I can bring my king up to try to go head-to-head. And if he's running out of ammo, then I definitely have an advantage there. I originally wanted to open up this space so that I can attack from here. And then I think if this B-copter came here, then my AA could go over here and hit that B-copter. And even though it's in range of the arty, it would still... I would have taken out all his air units, and then the AA doesn't need to be around, although it's still nice to have because they're really good infantry killers. But here, he made an interesting move. When I saw this, I was like, ooh, man, you sneaky guy. Because he kills my B-copter, which is like, sure, it wasn't going to do anything much anyways, but he's threatening the HQ cap. So I have to make sure to block this. So since I have this open space, or actually first I'm going to attack, then he uses his arty to kill, which is also, I'm taking away some ammo on that arty. Honestly, that move wasn't great, but it was still a move, I guess. It wasn't the best move, probably, but oh well. What I do next is this open space exists, so I'm going to cover it up and get my resupply there too. Here I just want to get rid of that infantry so that it's not so close to the so close to promotion. I think I probably could have just attacked here first. I feel like that would have been better, honestly. Because, again, getting damage on the medium tank is really crucial. It means his medium tank has to kind of hide away, and effectively that's like one less strong unit to have in play. So I really should have done that. I think the game probably would have progressed a little bit faster, I think, but we'll still see. It's still okay. He brings out this tank, and now if I tried to hit this tank here, then I don't get the coverage from my AA to cover this spot. And that's how I think about a lot of this, is I think about where he can attack from and where I can cover. Alternatively, again, I probably could have just hit the back here, and then no matter which one of these three spaces the AA hit from, then I can go around here, or I can go straight up this way, or over to this spot. So actually, I probably just had a lot of opportunities to deal damage there. But I guess this tank over here was still a threat. I didn't really want that to be around, so instead I'm going to cover my other units with this mech, especially cover this arty. So he brings his tank out over here, and I trap his tank in a very silly manner. And then he brings his arty in, which is also very silly. And that's a really strong move because he is threatening to hit my king, which again I don't really want. I really probably could have gone for a hit here. And maybe could have been fine. Man, there was... I know that I thought about that plan for a long time. I guess I would have to simulate it in order to know. I think I did. I think I would do less damage than I wanted. I think the only opportunity was maybe 2 or 3 turns ago. Because I would need the damage on him, but I won't kill with just the battlecopter alone. It's mainly just to get an advantage later on, and at this point, with this already threatening a hit on my king, it's not actually worth hitting his. So I'm going to move my medium tank out of the way. And now he's just kind of pretty consistently bringing in new units. Now I'm kind of just trying to chip away at his stuff. He has his battlecopter pretty close, which could hit mine if it wanted to. It looks like he wanted to open up this space for himself, but if I take that spot, then he has no choice but to hit here, at which point I can hit him back, or he has to do something else. But at this point, if I'm able to bring my medium tank out to face his outside of any of these arty zones, I would definitely win, because he has less ammo and a little bit less health, and especially if I get the first strike, then I'm chilling. But for now, let's see what he does. Okay, so he uses his Beachcopter to hit mine. I'll take him down with the AA. And now he's going to use another one of his ammo to hit. I'm going to deal a little bit more chip damage against his king again. And finally, then I'm going to move my king out over here, because if I get the first strike on him, even if he hits me with the arty, I think I can still win. So it's at this point that I hit, and it becomes apparent that I think if he hits me with his arty, he still doesn't win. He has no ammo on his medium tank, so if I hit him, then I basically don't take damage back, and he resigns. So I thought this game was really interesting because he made a lot of interesting moves. There's some tricky moves in there as well. One of my favorite moves of him or of his was probably this one, killing this battlecopter, because not everyone realizes the immediate threat to the HQ. But yeah, I was making sure to pay attention to that, and I blocked it. And probably could have blocked it better by just bringing the arty out immediately. I think I might have been right. But either way, it was still an alright move. But yeah, I probably could have done better if maybe I attacked earlier. It's hard to say because I would be giving up quite a bit. He would still have his tank kind of roaming around free. But yeah. So that's War Chess. Hopefully you have fun trying it out. There is a tournament going on, and I will be posting more replay commentaries on that, so look forward to that. I may also do some collabs with Advanced Warrior again. We do eventually need to get back to some of our other tournament games that we need to cover. Literally, like, what, the first tournament is over, we need to do that. The second tournament is progressing pretty well right now. Third tournament is going on, another fog tournament, and then finally a War Chest tournament. There's a lot of stuff that eventually we'll probably want to cover, but yeah, that's basically it for today. Hopefully you kind of got an understanding of how War Chest works, and yeah, go out there and play some. I'll see you next time.